What's up, YouTube? I'm back again, finally, and I have something not Bakugan related for like the first time in a long time. I thought I'd do some lacrosse stuff because I haven't done it for a while, and two, we're in between spring and summer seasons, so I figured that this would be the perfect time to do a lacrosse video. And so for this one, I decided I would kind of talk about my like new favorite head of all time, the Warrior Burn FO Recovery. This isn't like a new head. It's been out for a little while now. I don't remember exactly when it came out. But I slept on this head, so I got to talk about it now. So I am when it comes to face-offs, like you've seen me use all kinds of heads in my different videos, like with my gear bag videos and stuff, which there is one coming soon. And like every year I'm using like a different head. Like almost every season I was using something different from like 2019 through 2022. I was using something new like every season. And yeah, like, and that's annoying. Like as a face-off guy, it's like I'm constantly buying something new, and I don't like it. Part of it was trying new stuff out. Part of it was also just like I can't be consistent. But that all changed when my Duel 3 broke. I think it was last fall. During the season, pretty early in the season too. I think we were barely halfway through. My Duel 3 broke, and that was very upsetting because I am a big Duel guy. I've been using the Duel since high school. That was the OG Duel was my main head my senior year, which was like when the Duel 2 had just come out. I tried my friend's Duel 2. I did like it. I've used the Duel Reflex, and I've used the Duel 3. I've used all the Duels, and I love all of them. I think the Duel is a great face-off head, especially the Duel 3. I think the Duel 3 is one of the best. However, for some reason, my Duels keep breaking. My original Duel, I broke it with my first season coaching. I was like just doing a face-off just cause, and it snapped. And then my Duel 3 broke. I think it was a hit. I think it was when a guy hit it against the ground during a ground ball. I think that's what broke it, because it broke like right up in this area, whereas the other one broke like down here, which is more common. But nonetheless, it broke, so that sucked. So I went back and I finished the season out with my Weapon X, which isn't my favorite head anymore. I did use it to start off. I thought it was great, but it just isn't what I like. It's just not for me. Like, that's all it is. So that winter, I started to play box with my team, and originally I picked up my Weapon X just because I knew like it wasn't gonna break, stuff like that, right? And I was researching for a new face-off head, trying to figure out, do I buy a new Duel 3? Do I risk breaking it again? Because again, it felt like a problem. Long story short, we had two original Burn FOs at the Play It Again where I work. And so I bought one, strung it all up with my team colors, and that is this one right here. Threw it on one of my favorite shafts at the time, and I immediately fell in love with it. This head just did everything I needed. I felt like it was a great face-off head. And I like that its ability to both be oblique, right? Let's see if I can get right that regular just flex, and then also the little bit of a face. I thought that was really cool. I'm not a big face flex guy, but it felt really cool. And the head was surprisingly stiff yet flimsy enough. I really enjoy this one's broken in obviously, but I really enjoy how the head bends. But just a quick little pop. The head was straight back to its shape. I've only recently had to really start using like a softball every once in a while to help kind of keep it alive, but I don't need to a lot. I could play a whole game, not have to worry about it, and it would be great. So that was that. Then, at the time, my Weapon X was my backup. to this one, just in case something happened to this one, I always have a second stick, especially as a face-off guy. I'm always like, something's gonna happen. Always have a second stick. And it paid off because like, right, like when my dual 3 broke, I had my Weapon X ready. So my Weapon X was my backup just in case. During the spring, early parts of the spring, I was coaching high school again. And I was teaching some of the new JV guys how to face off. I was like, all right, I grabbed it and I took them out for some reps, just to kind of teach them how to do it. One of them had my Weapon X. It was really cold outside, so it's not really his fault, but it snapped. Just like a nice clean break, like right along this area, right? Well, kid broke my head. That means I get a new one. So, again, kind of went looking, and I realized that this head existed now. And, looked into it a little bit more, and I love this head. I had my boss order it 3-plate again, so I was able to get it really quick compared to trying to hope that someone had it or buy it online, and I got my nice discount. I love this head. This head is just amazing. Flexes on all the same points, but it does it better. Everything about this head is an upgrade from this one. This one does, at some point, its shape will start, right? It will stay that shape the whole rest of its life. It will start to kink. It will start to cave in on itself. Like, I don't know if you can see very well, but this side is cutting up a lot. Good softball will keep that safe, but it's happening still. Even with softball care, it will still happen. So you got to be careful about that. Even with this side too, as you start face flexing it more and more, this side juts weird. See if I can. Right? So as this side kinks in that way, this side kind of starts folding in, and it kind of defeats what it's supposed to be. This head has opposite side rails for a reason. That's just how it is, right? This head is not like that. I've used this head now for a full spring, and it has withstood everything I've thrown at it, right? I just restrung it up actually really nice for summer because my pocket was falling apart. But, I mean, this thing really, like, you drive it around and it just pops back. It's really good about, right, just a tiny adjustment, like when you go back out for the next face-off or on the sideline, is all it needs. Like, literally just a little boop, and it goes, oh yeah, I'm supposed to go that way. It's great. I think it's awesome. And I think, too, because this head is so much softer. Like, I mean, my head's broken in, so take it a little bit. But, I mean, right, it still takes a little bit to squeeze it, kind of get it to flex. Almost nothing. I mean, literally when I pulled it out of the bag that it got shipped in, when I pulled it out, when my coworker pulled it out and then handed it to me, because it was all a surprise because I was at work at the day, I immediately grab it and I just went, oh my gosh, it's so, so soft. And I love soft heads. I think soft heads are amazing. Which is one of the reasons I like the Dual 3 so much. It was stiff, but not as stiff as the Reflex, and that was a huge game changer because the Reflex sucked at it. So yeah, that's that. Face flex, easier because of how soft it is. It's still pretty straight. Like, this thing is going to last me a while, and I'm really excited about that. I think as a face-off guy, I've been always trying to find, like, good heads that'll last me. Because I've broken a lot of them. That's just part of the nature of face-offs, is because we're using these sticks in a way that other sticks aren't being used. But like when I play regular midfield, and I use like my Mirage or whatever head I was using in high school, all those things, those were rarely breaking. And I was a 2A midi, but that's a lot of because that's what the head is made for, so it will last like that. With these, it's hard to get a plastic that's not going to succumb to, the weirdness of a face-off. And this head is really a really great step in the right direction. I love the shape. I love the style. Ground balls are amazing with this thing. little bit different of a scoop then that I'm used to. The dual's always flatter. This isn't as much, it's a little sharper at the front, but I think it's amazing. I slept on this head. I really did. I've always had an issue with Warrior. Warrior and I have always fought, especially pads wise. Like I'm sure I've talked about it in high school stuff. We got a whole bunch of Warrior stuff during my last 2 years. It was kind of a partnership thing, right, that they were doing with a bunch of schools, and it sucked. I hate all their gear. It always falls apart on me. Even when I buy stuff myself, like it fell apart. So it was like, that sucks. And so as a big dual guy, this head came out like kind of around my high school era, or like just after, kind of like, along with the Weapon X. I immediately fell in love with the Weapon X because it was Grenlian, it was ECD. I trust that. Warrior, I have an issue with. But this head was really good. So much so that when they made it better, I fell in love with it. So, would I go back to the Dual 3? Abso-freaking-lutely. I would absolutely, in a heartbeat, grab another Dual 3 if something happened to one of these ones. And even then, I would probably try to replace it with another recovery. If this one breaks, that one's where it's like, all right, do I get a recovery? Do I get a Dual 3? Kind of balance it out. If this one breaks, another recovery. But I don't think this is going to break, so I think this is what's going to happen. And I don't use this one anymore, really. This is just my backup. High schoolers, the JV kids were using it because they didn't have their own face-off stick. But now the guy that I've been working with the most, he's getting his own, and he's getting one of these. So this head will remain my backup, so we'll get a little more use again here. And that's really it. So if you like this video, please make sure to like. That always helps. Kind of shows how cool the video is, as well as also subscribe. More videos are coming down. We're hitting summer, so I'm a little more free. I'm still gonna be working, but more free than I was this spring. Always will have more stuff coming down. I have plans to make more good videos. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything works out. And just subscribing helps motivate me a little bit, just to kind of make sure that I deliver. So yeah, till then, I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.